und wir wollen natürlich direkt mit Ihnen sprechen und vor allen Dingen natürlich mit Mr. Johnny Depp ein Interview führen. Das ist ja ein Film gewesen, der hat lange Zeit gedauert, bis er dann endlich in die Tat umgesetzt wurde. Johnny Depp hatte die Idee zur Figur von Tonto schon im Jahre 2009 auf dem Set von Rum Diary. Da hat er ein Foto gesehen eines Indianers, hat sich dann gleich von seinem Lieblings-Make-up-Artisten schminken lassen und das Foto an Jerry Bruckheimer und auch an Disney geschickt. Die waren begeistert und schon ging es los mit Lone Ranger. Und jetzt freuen wir uns, dass 2013 das Jahr des Lone Rangers ist. Am 8. August kommt dann die Kinos und ihr hört es sicherlich schon an dem einen Ende des Teppichs, wird ein bisschen gekreischt, denn er ist auf dem Weg zu uns und wenn er aussteigt, müsst ihr total ausflippen. Wir freuen uns, dass er da ist. Please welcome a big round of applause, Mr. Johnny Depp! Johnny, right here. Johnny, good to see you again. Johnny, would you come up the stairs with me so everyone can see and we can quickly talk before you go ahead and sign autographs? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hier ist der Johnny Depp, nochmal ein Riesenapplaus. Johnny, it's so great to have you back in Berlin, and they all turned out and basically came out to see you. What does it feel like to be back in Berlin?
It always feels amazing to be back here in Berlin, amazing to be back here in Germany. I love it here. It's always been a very, very warm welcome, and this is astounding, you know. It's a very warm, touching moment, you know.
And it should be, because it's an amazing movie. I would like to introduce you to Özlem. She's in charge of the internet community. She's going to collect all the questions that are coming from fans now live, and she's going to ask you one or another. First of all, what I would like to know, Johnny, because we spoke about it during the press conference and during the interview, it has been a long time in the making to do this movie, but you had the idea quite early on. When did you come up with the idea and why?
The idea had been sort of rolling around in my head for a number of years, and then I suppose actually prior to shooting, it was probably about 2 years before when I had the solid idea where we did the photographs and the tests and stuff, and then 2 years later we made the film.
You know, looking at what you guys did, especially there are a couple of trailers on the internet where we see sandstorms and you talked about hail coming sideways. You know, after doing the Pirates movies, did you expect to be back in the same kind of situation? And how did you deal with all that kind of stuff?
Well, when you go to work with Gore Verbinski, it's basically a sure thing that there will be some really crazy stunts. And things that you physically won't want to do to your body, but you will for him. That sort of thing you always expect.
Like falling off a horse?
Falling off a horse, or jumping from a train, or, you know...
Eating scorpions.
Trying to put scorpions in your mouth, which I wouldn't recommend, but yeah.
And so, how would you sum up the whole experience of doing the Lone Ranger? And because it's an American icon, especially Tonto is someone that is very dear to your heart due to the fact that you have Indian blood running through your veins. So how important was it for you to make that movie in regards to that community?
Well, that was the main reason for me to make the film, was to be able to salute the Native American community, to salute the original human beings of North America. And also at the same time to deliver something that was, you know, again with this very similar thrills to the Pirates of the Caribbean films, but with a message, you know.
Okay, and you know, hanging out with everyone on set and traveling around, you know, different states, in the States, what was the bonding like, and what was it like to actually, on the last day of shooting, was it like leaving behind your family and moving on towards something else? I mean, how close are those projects? How long do you keep them with you?
Well, you become very, very close on a film set, and you become close very, very quickly, you know. So when you spend 6-7 months with a group of people, yeah, the goodbye is quite a hard one. It gives you heavy boots, you know. But we had such a great experience making the film, you know, being able to do what we do, to create that chaos and to create that, you know, fun is really a privilege. You know?
And it shows on the big screen. Özlem probably has a question for you from the fans.
We have, of course, many questions coming in. Two very good ones, I think. One being you spent weeks, probably months, dressed as your character. Once you take off that dress and the makeup, what do you keep with you from the character? Do you keep anything with you?
Oh, I mean, the character's still in there. You know, he doesn't go far away. They never do. They're always not far from the surface.
Wow. Second question, do you keep anything from the set as a memory once you wrap up a movie shoot?
Yeah, normally I keep the costume, you know. I keep the costume, and it's something that I can stick away, you know, for the kiddies or for a rainy day, or, you know, I don't know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What about the crows? Because I heard that they've made a couple of crows for the hat. Did you get to keep one of them?
Yes, I took a dead bird with me. I did.
A dead bird. So you said it because I think most of the fans didn't have the chance to pay attention or basically be at the press conference. You were talking about the picture that inspired you for the look of Tonto. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I was inspired. The look was really inspired by a painting that I saw of what I thought was an unusual-looking warrior. An unusual-looking warrior who had almost split himself into quarters, you know, and you could, those elements of his personality would live inside those various quarters. And I saw a bird that was flying behind his head, and I don't know, for some reason I thought, oh wow, what a great idea, the bird's on his head, but it was actually flying behind. So we just stuck a dead bird on instead.
And it looks great. Johnny, it's always a pleasure to have you here. It's a fantastic movie. All the best of luck. And please do come back to Berlin and stay for a little bit longer, as you sort of promised early on. Just to let everyone know, especially the fans, because they've been waiting, you're going to do your job first, give a couple of interviews, and then, liebe Fans, kommt er und wird auf jeden Fall Autogramme schreiben. Also keine Angst und Fotos machen. Darauf wartet ihr. Aber er muss erstmal kurz arbeiten und dann kommt er zurück. That's why they're here. There are a couple of really great characters over there. Tontos, Johnny Depp lookalikes, Helena Bonham Carter lookalikes, everything is there. Johnny, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Johnny Depp, meine Damen und Herren, was für ein großartiger Typ. Er kommt gleich zurück, macht kurz Fotos und Interviews und dann wird er ganz viele Autogramme schreiben. Das war sein Wunsch. Und deswegen ist er auch heute hier in Berlin. Und vielleicht für alle, die jetzt beim Livestream dabei sind und vor allen Dingen für die Fans hier vor Ort, gibt es jetzt nochmal einen kleinen Appetitanreger. Hier kommt der Trailer von The Lone Ranger. Viel Spaß!
Eine Vision aus dem Jenseits sagte mir, ein großer Krieger und Seelenwanderer wird mir auf der Suche helfen. Ein Mann, der auf der anderen Seite war und zurückkehrte. Ein anderer wäre mir lieber gewesen. Aber der große Vater wird wissen, was er tut.
Also gut. Aber wenn wir zusammen reiten, reiten wir für die Gerechtigkeit.
Gerechtigkeit ist, was ich suche, Kemosabe.
Stell dir vor, ein ganzer Kontinent, verbunden durch Eisenschienen. Wer auch immer das kontrolliert, kontrolliert die Zukunft. Eine Macht, die Kaiser und Könige wie Narren aussehen lässt.
Es heißt, Sie hätten Probleme mit Indianern.
Ist das witzig?
Sehr witzig.
Man erreicht nichts, ohne Opfer zu bringen.
Es muss keinen Krieg geben.
Halten Sie den Zug an.
Oh, niemand kann den Zug anhalten. Das wissen Sie genau.
Wenn diese Männer das Gesetz vertreten, bin ich lieber ein Gesetzloser.
Reitet das Eisenpferd los, ist es sehr schwer zu stoppen.